So it starts with them fighting crime in the city and violating criminals terribly. But that shit was cool. Gohan flew down, just placed his foot right on the car and skidded along the road with it. They was like, man, this nigga. Start shooting at him. He was like,
turned bullets into raisins. I was like, bro, that's strength.
they was like, who are you?
Him and Videl larceny. Like, they'll sit here and act professional for 10 seconds and say their real name in the middle of a fight, bro. That's so crazy.
Really would. They're like, say a man number one, say a man number two. Nice one, Videl. Nigga.
I'm like, bruh, she's a public figure. Her dad is a public figure. We know who the Videl is.
And of course, they stop the criminals, and then you see somebody in the background spot the fact that they did that. So they go back to class, and my mindset was, does everybody just know that Videl is Saiyan Man number two? Because she's in classroom on a watch like, this is Saiyan Man number two.
Loud as
Like, you are not protecting your identity at all.
She like, I hope a nigga try me.
And way to make it more obvious, Gohan, by every time she gets up, you get up. Y'all come to class together and leave class in the middle of class together. So they get to the emergency, and it's a dude about to jump off a building. The dude is at the top of the building like, one step and this'll all be over. You hear somebody in the background go, all over us?
Yo, I died on that part. And Gohan being a fucking hero, he was like, don't do it. You got so much to live for. Videl said, do a flip. I was like, yo, Videl crazy.
Gohan back at her like, bitch.
That nigga jumped.
She was like, oh my God, he actually did it.
Gohan make him wait. No, I need to figure out who the fuck I'm dating.
But yeah, they catch him, land on the ground, and he's like, oh my God, thank you so much. By the way, look at this box. He introduces a music box and was like, there's a great hero, Tapion, who was alive 1,000 years ago. Y'all don't know about him? History do y'all be learning? This must be revised history. I don't know what's going on here. Do you think you can open it? Gohan's like, can't get it. Videl's like, let me see that.
I don't even think she tried. She was just like, she's like, oh, you're supposed to turn it the fuck out of my face.
And this next part, I was like, y'all don't find that suspicious? He goes, oh, y'all can probably free it with the Shenron. There is only a handful of beings on this planet, period, who know about the Dragon Balls, and even more, know the dragon's name. How do you know shit? And they just take his ass to Bulma.
And Bulma started scanning it.
I was like, how do they live? So yeah, they take the little music box, scan it, say we can't open that shit. Then Goku comes with the bright idea, even though this was said already today. Hey, we can just use the Dragon Balls.
Nah, Goku said it in the wildest way. He said, you know what we need? Balls. I was like, balls.
So they go out looking for the Dragon Balls, and this is another scene where I go, that's not suspicious to you? As Goku is carrying him, he goes, I never imagined that people of Earth could help. You're from another planet? He's like, no, not at all. What are you talking about? I didn't say that. Oh, okay, whatever.
Hey, Goku don't think at all. He don't give a f.
But they collect all the Dragon Balls, summon Shenron, and this is another inconsistency to me. Shenron goes,
I have returned to grant you one wish.
At that point, he could do more than one wish. Inconsistency number 2. He says, hey, can you free this great warrior from this box? Shenron cannot grant a wish if it's against somebody's will. We know that because when they tried to wish Goku back to Earth, he said,
the one called Goku refuses to return and says he'll come back later.
I ain't even think about that.
That's
at
against
all.
his will. He didn't want to come out of that box. And it shows it because once he's wished out of it, the first thing he do is takes his sword out and go, what the f did you just do?
And Goku looking like that so it wouldn't work.
So after they summon him, he's like, y'all aren't prepared for what's about to happen. And walks off. And Trunks was like, oh my God, I want to be just like him. And goes running after him. Tapion looked like he went to a random abandoned warehouse. They go to the random warehouse where Tapion is, and that nigga's freaking out in there. It's like, we'll just come back.
Yeah, close that top. That nigga's wilding in there.
A little later on in the day, a monster appears in the city, and Gohan and Videl confront it. What they do is they get in front of the monster. Gohan goes, you're under arrest. Even Videl's like, you idiot. All right, Gohan, let's do it. They start Mighty Morphin Power Ranger posing in front of it, and it whips his tail and knocks them niggas straight out.
I'm about to say, no, they was like interrupting him. He was just in the middle of the city at night, probably in like the red light district, looking for some top.
Huh?
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
After that happens, Gohan goes mystic and gets busy. During the fight when he's fighting half of Hildegard, he notices that
When he attacks, that's when he's vulnerable. He cannot just vanish out of the attacks unless he attacks first.
right, yeah,
So
I
every
got
time they tried to attack when he wasn't attacking them first, he just vanished into like purple smoke. But then Gohan realized when he dodged the attack and then hit him, he was like, oh, when he's attacking us, hit that nigga.
But yeah, he realizes it, knocks him down, shoots a bunch of blasts at him, and then you hear the the Ocarina of Time appear. Tapion shows up, starts playing the flute, and he vanishes, basically. And then Gohan sees Tapion and the old dude that they originally saw at the start of the movie in the area, and he goes, oh, I guess we see who the bad guys are now. And never mentions it to anybody throughout the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Not one time.
Now after that,
You see Tapion attempting to stay awake, passes out, and you see a portal open up kind of like right over him, where the top half of Monster, whose name I can never remember, pops up and it starts boxing this nigga.
I don't know why this part, because the regulator song got in my head now. There was a green guy and his heart was cold. He was a henchman handler, aka Piccolo. He loves to train and wear a weighted fit. We got a special bean cannon, I'll bust your shit.
You an idiot. Yeah. But yeah, he plays the flute. The top half goes back into whatever dimension is in. And then Trunks is still there trying to claim a new big brother. The old guy comes back, attempts to steal the flute, knocks it out of his hand. Trunks picks it up. And second time that he's clearly made it out that he's a liar when he says, that guy's not actually the hero. He's a villain here and I'm the hero. So this whole time you've been running around saying that he's this great hero, and now you've changed the story entirely. Trying to convince a child that his idol is a liar, basically. So Trunks threw that shit back to Tapion so quick, and then the dude just runs off. And then that's when Tapion is like, all right, little nigga, we cool. The next scene is you see him in Trunks' bedroom, and I was like, this little privileged ass nigga Trunks. He's like, yeah, this story would be a collectible if I hadn't taken it out of the box, but who cares?
He was just trying to stunt on niggas, but he don't be meaning to. He a kid, so I understand why Tapion was trying to avoid Trunks. It's like, bro, you've not tried to meet me in the daytime. I'm a grown ass man and you a fucking 9-year-old meeting me at night. You know the this look, nigga, get the fuck away from me.
And then Trunks is like, you got any siblings? He's like, yeah, I got a brother. He starts going into his background story, and
He's like, my brother just was on a ruined planet. We was running around, everything was exploded, so many people was dying. It's like, I ain't telling you this shit again.
And then Bulma meets him in the hallway and we get actual backstory. So this alien group comes and invades Tapion's planet, basically trying to exert themselves as the dominant species in the universe. And they awaken this ancient being that Tapion's ancestors put away years ago. That shit starts eradicating their planet.
Y'all had no means of controlling him.
Y'all just released it. It was like, whatever happens, happens. We're the dominant race, though. And so Tapion's peoples finds a sword and two
Ocarinas
that can help control Hirudegar. And so they use the sword to cut him in half, and then they seal his two halves within Tapion and Tapion's younger brother. They was like, yeah, so we're gonna seal y'all music boxes and then propel y'all into space. And once we handle the situation and crisis on his planet, we'll come and get y'all. That's crazy.
All them the people his race cared about is not having to deal with this in our generation. That's all they gave
That
a
was
fuck about.
He can't go to sleep because if he goes to sleep, that half of the monster is gonna come out. So Bulma's like, I can just recreate that music box for you so you can actually stretch your legs and get some sleep. He sleeps in it, but unfortunately, at the same time he's sleeping, the lower half is terrorizing the city close enough to where he is sleeping that it disrupts everything, and the top half escapes from Tapion and starts ravaging shit. This is when fight ensues and everybody gets washed. Then Vegeta finally appears. It's like, this is my first day off in a month.
But that's crazy. He actually chose to have a rest day.
He actually was kind of holding his own a little bit.
He was.
Like, I was impressed that everybody else was being thrown around and Vegeta was the one that kind of seemed like he could hold his own.
But then got hit into the building, and I ain't gonna even lie, it surprised me.
To see him actually be willing to protect people.
Yeah, he flame breathed, and then he did like a key shield around everybody on that floor, and then he passed out.
Gotenks appears, goes Super Saiyan 3, starts beating him a little bit, and he shells up into a cocoon. They just shoot blasts at him. They think they finally got him. And right at that moment, he hatches from the cocoon.
Hirudegar Digivolves too. War Greymon. I was like, oh my god, nigga. He did look better in his new form though.
Yes, that first form looked terrible.
Gohan got grabbed up, and then he was squeezing him, and he threw him into the fucking building. Gohan was down. But I ain't gonna even lie, I love that when Hirudegar transformed, and that pink nigga was just like, yeah, Hirudegar, finish them off. He stepped right on that nigga. He's, no. I'm like, yes, sir. I needed to see what his demise was gonna look like.
Goku goes Super Saiyan 3 because he's like, I've had enough of this shit.
Goku said something that caught me off guard.
Fight me if you're ready to die.
Jesus Christ.
And it kind of supports the theory that when Goku goes Super Saiyan 3, he taps into more of his primal Saiyan nature. Because every time he goes Super Saiyan 3, his voice changes. He sounds more brutal in what he's saying.
Yeah, because since he went 3, he was like, anybody in my way gonna catch it.
And then that's when Gohan, finally being useful for a change, says, Dad, he has a weakness. He's like, I figured that out 5 minutes ago, but thanks.
Yeah, my nigga, what the fuck is your problem?
And then Goku starts talking cold cast shit.
He said, you a bitch. You lucky I ain't got raid right now.
And Goku made it worse. Every time he hit Goku, he was just still in place down there.
And when Hirudegan got mad as a bitch, this nigga, Goku, did. Oh, that Dragon Fist was lovely.
Yeah, it was.
Bruh.
It's a shame that ain't canon, but
That shit went through his stomach and wrapped around him. Finish that shit off with the quickness.
then you see Goku posing up with his fist in the air, and that's basically it.